So God changed my name from Jesse to 11. And let me tell you how that happened. Kind of a crazy story. I'll be as quick as possible. Um, so I was born again supernaturally on 10/26 of 2025. The funny thing is I thought I was already born again, and then I was born again that day. Crazy experience. I posted something a couple days ago about that. So let me tell you what happened with the name change. So um, a couple days after my born again experience, God speaks to me and He's like, "Hey, I'm going to change your name." I was like, "Okay." He speaks to me like 2 or 3 days in a row. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to change your name. Hey, I'm going to change your name." I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." So Sunday, before I go to church, I'm in the shower, and he goes, "Hey, um, your name is now 11," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird. That's a number. It's not a name." Like, so first of all, I knew it wasn't me picking this name because I don't pick a number for a name. I pick a name. If I'm going to change my name, I'm going to pick another name. So I'm like, I know that's not me. First of all, picking that name, but second of all, I need to really make sure that it's God and not me, like just in case, right? So I'm like, hey God, I'm gonna go to church. I need to make sure it's you because I'm not gonna just tell people my name is 11 and not know it's you. But I'll do it 100%. Like if you want me to do that, like 100%. Saul became Paul, right? Those things, right? Abram became Abraham, right? There's a lot of name changes in the Bible. It's biblical, like it's happened over and over. So what I do is I'm like, God, prove this to me that this is you, and we're good to go. So I'm getting ready for church. I pick out a shirt for church. I put it on the bed. I get ready. I haven't worn this shirt in probably, I don't know, 2 3 years, maybe a year and a half, a year. So I put it on the bed. I go to get the shirt on. It's a Larry Fitzgerald shirt, and Larry Fitzgerald's number is 11. So I'm like, okay, like that's there's a first thing, right? But I'm like, just a coincidence. There's the first thing, 11. So I put on the jersey. I go to church. I get back from church. And, um, I kind of research a little as well and kind of look it up. And um, I know 11 means something to me. And so it's still out there. And God kind of speaks to me. He's like, hey, like these things fall into place. Like this is this is your name. And so I go with it because he's speaking to me, and I'm like, okay, this is my name. So after church, I go and I tell my wife, I'm like, hey, God changed my name to 11. And she's like, okay, I'm married to a number now, right? Like, a little weird. Um, so later that day, we go to take care of her grandma, which unfortunately she passed away a couple days ago. Bless her soul. We go to take care of her grandma a couple days later, and her parents had to go do something. So her parents get back, and I'm like, hey, I asked my wife, hey, are you gonna tell them about my name change, or do you want me to? She's like, oh no, you are. So I go up to him, I tell him, I'm like, hey, just to let you know, I know this is weird. I think it's weird too. Like, but hey, here's the thing. Um, my name's now 11, and thanks for calling me that. And they're like, oh yeah, not a problem. So he repeats to me, he's like, so you once were Jesse Conrad, but now you're 11. I was like, yeah, yeah. So that happens. So I get in the car, drop my wife off, and I need to go to take my pick up meds from my mom at CVS. So I'm driving to CVS, and I'm kind of thinking God, I'm like, hey God, that's cool that you changed my name. And God was like, I didn't change your name. I was like, what? I was like, I 100% heard you change my name. Like, I know that was you. Like, I don't pick the name 11. So I'm confused for probably like 5 minutes. And I'm just riding down the road and I'm like, well, maybe he did this, so I need to make up for my mistake. He's teaching me to to go back and make up for my mistakes. And so I'm driving down the road, and he's like, hey, um, you had that name since the beginning. I was like, what? He's like, just like Saul had the name Saul and Paul from the beginning, you had that name from the beginning as well. And I was like, what do you mean Saul had that name from the beginning? Saul had Saul and Paul from the beginning? So I don't know this information. So I go and look it up on my phone. I'm like, did Saul have Saul and Paul from the beginning? Was that both of his names? So then I look it up, and it's like Saul was his Hebrew identity and Paul was his Roman identity. But he normally went by Saul, but then he meant Jesus and then he goes by Paul. So I'm like, oh, well, that's crazy. So I had 11 was my identity from the beginning. Now I'm born again. Now I'm walking in my identity. So now it's 11. So I'm like, oh, well, that makes more sense. Um, so I go. I'm still on my way to my mom's, and my father-in-law calls me, and so he goes, hey, I just wanted to tell you something. He never calls me there. He's like, hey, I just want to tell you something. He goes, so I go to change your name in my phone, and I go, what's the Spanish name for 11, which is Once, and you spell ONCE. So I go to put it in Once Jesse Conrad. I put that in my phone, like Once Jesse Conrad. And then he looks at it, which says once Jesse Conrad in English. So I'm like, what? So he once was Jesse Conrad, now he's 11. So then that happens. I'm like, well, no, that's kind of crazy, right? He does that. Like, I once was Jesse Conrad, now I'm 11. So then that happens. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's a little crazy, right? And then I go to my mom's house, and I'm like, hey, Mom, my name is 11 now. Please call me that. And she's like, no, your name is Jesse. I'm calling you that. I gave you that name at birth. I'm like, okay, well, let me just ask you a question, Mom. When was I born? She's like, well, you were born on 11/11 at 7/11. I was like, exactly. My God gave me that name since the beginning. She's like, you were born at 7/11, and I remember that because I wanted a Slurpee. I wasn't born at the store 7-Eleven, but I was born at the time 7-Eleven. So again, I was born at 11/11 on 11/11 at 7-Eleven. So then that all ties back to that, and so I'm like, all right, so I guess that's that, God, right? Like, but I don't go around and telling everybody and everybody I know, hey, my name's 11, call me 11 now. Like, when I meet new people, I introduce myself by 11. Like, I'm not a stickler about it. People call me Jesse, they call me Jesse. It's not a big deal, but God is the one who changes identities, and that's what God did. God came down, He saved me, He changed my identity, and that's what I go by now. One of the things, 11 always meant something to me. When I was deep in my addiction, a lot of times what I would do is I'd be deep in my addiction. I would look at the clock to see what time it is. I would look at the clock, and it would be 11:11. And that was one of the ways of God telling me, it was like a thing between me and God telling me, like, hey, dude, I got you. Like, I got you. I see you. I know where you're at. Not saying I agree with what you're doing, but I got you. So that was always something between me and God as well. At 11:11 on the clock, hey, dude, I got you. Don't worry about it. So just my story, just something that happened. Wanted to make it under 10 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. God is good. God is great. God is awesome. Um, there's a lot of good stuff to come. I hope you guys stay tuned into my channel. Um, Craziness is coming. Trust me. You guys want to stay tuned.